So today we're gonna go and do a unit review reaction video, and I wanted to do one of these because I enjoy doing these type of videos because I remember what I say in some of my videos and I don't remember what I say in some of these videos. So let's jump straight into it.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dev back with another one of these Dokkan Malvis. Here we're talking about the Super Saiyan
I will
2
leave the captions
Vegeta
on.
and Bulma card that came out as a global first banner unit because it came out January 19th of 2018 and April 17th of 2018 on JP.
Global first
I
banner
do not
unit,
remember this unit being global first. But hey, it was back in 2018. Everything's a little fuzzy for me. Now, how does this unit perform in their meta?
Still a little bit fuzzy.
Of the monotype / battle road meta.
Still now.
This unit performs well during the monotype meta because they have a Super Saiyan 4 Goku being
that's
the
right.
Super STR leader he is. And for battle road, this guy is a counter unit that has percentage buffs, meaning that this guy will go ahead and delete fucking enemies left, right, and center. So he performed well for his respective meta because he was a counter unit with percentage buffs that did supreme and made his counters much more powerful from his super attack effect. And
agreed.
God forbid, this motherfucker double supers, them counters was a little nasty now. Them counters a little nasty.
They were. He did a lot of damage from counters.
What is good about this unit? I was really about to say this unit performed in the red zone. I'm just like, let me not fucking say that. I was really about to say it, but guys, should I really talk about how units perform in the red zone meta if they have a passive that doesn't go past 2 lines? Like, seriously,
no.
Like, come on now. You guys already know how this unit performed in the red zone. I'm not gonna say it. What is good about this unit? I pretty much have already stated what is good about this unit. Although I did not state the fact that this unit did have a decent leader skill for the time.
But I do have something to say about me saying something about the battle meta in a moment.
It's definitely not too bad of a leader skill at the time because this is during the monotype meta. And let's say that you are a global player and obviously the anniversary does not come till July because this unit comes out as a global
category meta too
in January 19th of 2018. You can actually
meta.
run this guy as a leader for the time. You could. 3 key, 40% across the board. I mean, it was basically a bootleg physical Vegeta blue leader skill. But you can essentially still run this guy as a lead.
I love Afro Dev.
Physical VB's leader skill look like? Let me go ahead and double check that.
Isn't it 3 key and 50% of the stats?
A bootleg physical VB leader skill.
To super class?
It is, I think, what is it, 70% of the stats or 80% of the stats? Right?
It's 50% of the stats, right?
There he is. Yes. Oh, it's 50% of the stats.
Yeah,
Dev.
That's
not that.
Come on, Dev.
I mean, bootleg.
Come on.
I mean, 50% stats.
Yeah, come on.
EZA. Maybe I'm bugging. All right. 50% of the stats might have not been too bad. But yeah, this isn't terrible. This isn't terrible. It's still kind of a bootleg leader skill because 10% less attack, defense, and HP. But it's still not that far off. You can still run them as a leader skill if you didn't have physical BB. I mean,
true.
Shit. Okay.
You still run double.
I mean, what's good about him is that his leader skill is actually pretty solid. It's actually pretty solid for his time. His super attack effect does support his counters, which is definitely really good. And if he double supers, those counters could be hitting much more harder. And if he crits, it's fucking over. And he does supreme, and he starts out with 100% attack and defense that can support his counters too. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Him just in general, everything is good about this unit.
He was on 4 categories.
Really. Besides his link set.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let the video play out.
I think the fact that his link set is a little funky is probably the only thing that's bad about this unit, but everything else is good about this unit. His leader skill is solid. His super attack effect is supporting his passive. He is a counter unit that starts out with an attack and defensive buff. That was actually pretty unheard of for the time. 100% attack and defense with his counters is that's good. I can't stress that enough. Guys, I did a little bit of research on this unit for YouTube videos and have found that that was pretty good for the time. So what is bad about this unit? I think the bad thing about this unit is this bit of a weird link set. I mean, Prepare for Battle Super Saiyan and Shadow Limit were like okay for the time. I mean, Prepare for Battle good, Super Saiyan good.
Golden Warrior's
Shadow
always
Limit
been a bad link.
Whatever for the time, but like Golden Warrior, Berserker, Prodigies, and Royal Lineage, wasn't gonna really get that off too much at the time because Super STR was pretty much top heavy. It had like
pretty loaded.
Gohan, it had Jiren. It had Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It had that Kabe support. It had LR Vegito Blue. Then it had this guy. I pretty much
LRVB.
Well,
I forgot about him. Super STR was.
Because Jiren did share shocking speed with
4 Goku was. Wow.
I don't remember who would be used over that Jiren, but this guy was definitely a great pick for Super STR because Super STR needed the counter unit. They got this guy. Meanwhile, AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was Super AGL, and they had Super Vegito. So Super Vegito was on Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's team, and STR, excuse me, I had a crazy brain fart. Rage Vegeta was on STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku's team. Wow, it's like, what the fuck? I like already forgot. I forgot his name while reading it. I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? So, of course, I'm not gonna call his ass Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma unless it's like me starting out the video, because it's like, why would I go through the entire video talking about his entire name while explaining what's good and what's bad about him? So I think that is really about it about this unit. He just a powerful counter unit for his time. I mean, the main thing that made him so goddamn good was the fact that he started out with 100% attack and defense. He countered, and his super attack effect was quite good to support his counters. 50% attack for in turn was definitely solid for the time because this would work in conjunction to his counters. So, what was his best linking partners?
Himself as SSR.
Come on. What?
Motherfucker.
What else? What other STR units?
I did forget to talk about
his Rage time, but you weren't awakened. You weren't out at the time. Yeah, none of these guys were basically out at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Go over to the 4 units. I'm not gonna look at all these goddamn units, but I think that's really about it. It's pretty simple to talk about this guy, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Peace. Okay. Now, I agree with pretty much almost everything in the video, except running him in Battle Road. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, if you did not burn the item for this guy in Battle Road at the time, he was getting cooked. I'll just say that outright. On a double STR Super Saiyan 4 led leader skill for Vegeta, that double 120% leader skill for STR, or specifically for Super STR, he was getting cooked. No matter his 100% attack and defense, well, mainly his 100% defense. You didn't burn the item, he was getting cooked. You had to burn that Nurse Chi-Chi, your Ghost Usher, or whatever you wanted to burn for a defensive support item. So that's the first thing I don't agree with. Now, did I mention that before I say anything?
Because he was a counter unit. Go ahead and delete fucking enemy meta.
Okay, hold on.
This unit performs well during the mono-type meta because they have a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, being a 3-key 120% to Super STR leader he is. And for Battle Road, this guy is a counter unit that has percentage buffs, meaning that this guy will go ahead and delete fucking enemies left, right, and center. So he performed well for his respective meta because he was a counter unit with percentage buffs that did Supreme and made his counters much more powerful from his super attack effect. And God forbid, this motherfucker double supers, them counters was a little nasty now. Them counters
okay, so nasty. I don't mention the fact.
What is good about this unit?
Yeah, I don't mention the fact that you had to burn an item for this guy in Battle Road, which was 10,000,000% true. I'm very certain you had to burn an item for this guy in Battle Road because, like I said, with Super STR, or just basically just STR was pretty top heavy, right? I forgot about LRVB. Goddamn. Yeah. And then of course I have him pulled up. His post EZA. Oh yeah, back to the video. Before I talk about his post EZA and why I'm not really a big fan of it at the time and of course now. The first thing I don't agree with in the video, obviously, is him being ran in Battle Road and pretty much just deleting enemies left, right, and center. He could technically do that, but you had to burn an item for him. I agree with the destroying enemies left, right, and center. Like, I agree with that. That's 10,000%. But you had to burn an item for him. The second thing I don't agree with, and this is not too big, is that his leader skill was a bootleg physical VBs. Yeah, absolutely not. That is a good leader skill. That is it. You're talking about a Dokkan Fest. A Dokkan Fest leader skill. A pre-EZA'd physical VB with super class 3-key and 50% of the stats. That is, and comparing it to a banner unit with 3-key and 40% of the stats, you're more likely to pull the banner unit than the Dokkan Fest. Right? You're more likely. You would catch this guy on any damn banner after his premier banner, right? And you just pull him. Pretty much. In VB, you pretty much have to wait for him to come back. So that's the second thing, is the leader skill. A third thing I would add on to the video is, damn, he's on a crazy lack of categories. And he's only ever gained Bond of Parent and Child. No, you already had that. Superheroes is what I was looking for. Yeah. He's only ever gained superheroes, not Bond of Parent Child. Yeah, 5 categories. He's on a crazy lack of categories. Let me pull up what 200% of these skills he's on right now. Speaking of the devil. And in the meantime that I'm pulling up his 200% of the skills, I will say that I didn't like his EZA at the time. Because he was pretty much... I feel like he was pretty much fucked from the jump. I'm just going to say it outright. And I think he was pretty much fucked over from the jump because he's a counter unit from 2018. And him being a counter unit from 2018 as a TUR counter units, TUR counter units haven't been great since AGL Super Vegito, pre-EZA, of course. What's another one? Physical VB? Yeah, alright. And this guy doesn't make all the difference. Now, could you use him at the time in Metal Cooler Core? Absolutely. But, I was not greatly impressed with what they did with this guy. For starters, he is restricted to have a Vegeta's Family category ally attack in the same turn, which is very easy to get off today. Back then, you could use Vegeta and Trunks. Let me pull you up. Yeah, you can use Vegeta and Trunks back then. And then today, you obviously have like the Tech SSJ Vegeta. This isn't very hard to get off today. And it wasn't hard to get off back then, but that's still something. He is restricted to having to be used with a Vegeta's Family category ally. Attacking in the same turn, no less. It could have been on the team. I don't see why they could have just did on the team. But hey, you know, Do Conti each his own. So he has to have a Vegeta's Family character for his crit chance as well as his key in defense, which is very important. I would argue that the key, not really a big deal. He's a prepared for battle unit anyways, but more so the fact that he wants that crit chance in defense. He really wants that. He is a counter unit. He needs that crit chance. Another thing is that they want you to risk it with this guy. This is like this is a high risk unit. Like even for today's standards. For today's standards, are you putting this guy inside slot 1? Like what? Beast Gohan touches this guy, he explodes. Let's just be completely like frank here, because all he really has, like added up, is pretty much 122% defense here, 122% defense here, and 80% defense here. And I'm not very certain, is this guy gonna tank Beast Gohan's normals? Gogeta's is a hell no, like out the gate. I don't even, yeah, this guy would just get blown up, right? I haven't used them in quite a while, but just going based off of like just this and this, it's like, this guy, it's absolutely not worth running this guy on the team. I would just say that outright. There are definitely better options that you can run from Vegeta's Family, like i.e. you can run Trunks, albeit he is a gamble unit, you can run him. You can run LREB, a top 3 unit in the game. You can run, hell, who else? Who else can you run? Hell, you can run Int Majin Vegeta over him. Or, of course, the Tech SSJ Vegeta. And then, of course, there are other options that I haven't named. But yeah, I'm not very high on this guy's EZA because he's a counter unit. He's a counter unit that is a TUR, and they want you to put this guy, practically they want you to put him in front of attacks. And guess what? He only has damage charge against normals. He's a TUR that counters. High risk with very little reward, considering the fact that it's not worth it. I will just say it outright. He's not worth running on Vegeta's Family, even at that. I would just be completely blunt. But yeah, I think that is it. And of course his rage mode, he also has that too. That's another thing. But I think that is about it. Yeah. If your name is not LR STR Super Vegito, listen buddy, your counters do not mean nothing. I'm sorry. LR counters are way, and this has been like this for years, LRs that counter have always been way more stronger than a TUR that counters. And I'm pretty sure you guys could have figured that out already just by, you know, connecting the dots. But I think that is really about it. W video, AfroDev. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. Join the 24/7 Discord server. We have events, you know, and all the other good stuff, as well as, you know, community help and all that little pizzazz. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next video like I've already said just now. Peace.